Yeah, this basket's going in the trash too.
Alright guys, so the motor kit did come in. Got a red one here. I don't recommend getting a painted motor because it's pretty terrible quality. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting it on there, see what happens. Alright, so the first thing I already ran into is the intake for the carburetor. I'm gonna have to get an offset intake because it was hitting my seat post. I think I have one. I'm gonna go get that, put that on, and we'll be back. Worked out pretty good with that offset intake. I'm gonna go ahead and hook it up to the bike. Alright guys, got the motor on there. I'm gonna go ahead and throw on some of these small things real quick. The only thing with the motor is the pedal does not quite clear. It's very close. I'm either gonna grind a little bit of that pedal away because screw this bike, or I have a couple aftermarket exhausts. I have one that straps on here and just faces this way, and then I have a flex pipe exhaust with an expansion chamber that I could hook down through on the bottom. So between those three options, we'll see what happens. Alright guys, got everything hooked up, the throttle and the clutch. The engine seems to be in a good place. Like I said, I still got to deal with the pedaling issue. Not sure what I'm going to do with there yet. I need to switch out the rear wheel still. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm waiting on a hub adapter because I've done this so many times now. I really don't want to put that freaking rag joint in there. It's my least favorite part about doing this. So I'm going to test out the hub adapter. I'll let you know what I think about it. And then the other thing I need to do is figure out the gas tank. I'm going to put it in the back, but it's a little bit too low for gravity to force feed into the carburetor. So I got to get something to raise up to probably about here, just a little bit higher than the seat. And I'm going to put the tank on that and then that into the carburetor, obviously, and call it a day. I think this is going to be a cool little bike when it's done. So I went with the aftermarket exhaust, and it looks cool as hell. When I sit on it, my leg is, when I'm pedaling, my leg barely clears it. When I'm stopped, my leg, like my thigh, just barely touches it. So I don't think it's gonna work. I'm gonna test drive it like this once I get everything, the rest of it together, and see how it is. I see third-degree burns in my future. Dang, it looks cool though. Alright guys, so what I've done with my gas tank problem here is I've actually hooked up an old conjunction box, and I think it's gonna hold pretty well. Just got some brackets here on the top, washers here, both brackets on this side, and then the gas tank sits on top, obviously. And then I even have a small storage container if I need it, and that gives it enough flow right into the carburetor, because my problem I was having obviously was the gas tank was too low and it was going to be hard to gravity feed it in there. So I got this. I just got to put on this sprocket, which I'm getting ready to do. Find a good place to put this exhaust, and it should be ready for a test ride. Here's hoping anyways. Alright, next thing we got to do here is get the sprocket on. So I'm going to do that for you guys, and I actually need to get both sprockets on. I have a sprocket for the actual pedal drive chain, and then I got the sprocket for the engine, so I got to play with that coaster brake too. Fun. Alright guys, go ahead and get a look at this monstrosity. My gas tank, exhaust, sprocket. It's the only place I could fit the motor. Weird ass handlebars. The only thing we guys got left to do, see if it starts, go for a test drive. There's one thing wrong with it. My back wheel came out of true. I did not know until I put it on. Very disappointed. So that's a very tight fit. So at some points I got plenty of room. At other points the wheel comes over and it grinds against the wheel. The biggest thing that makes it is I cannot back up because it pulls the chain up and over. So I am going to go on the test drive anyway because I'm itching it real bad. But after that, I'm going to true up that wheel And even though it looks quite insane, I think this is gonna be a good bike. But I'll be back with you guys for the test drive. Thank you for watching me build this monstrosity. Alright guys, here's your test ride. I did go ahead and take it around the block yesterday. I think I have the wheel and chain figured out. It runs. It definitely needs some work. But I'm going to break the motor in a little more before I crack into it, because it seems to open up more and more the more I ride it. But here's the second test ride and the end of this video. Like I said, it needs some work. This is just going to be a short ride for you guys, and then we'll go on real rides right later. I'm still getting used to the coaster brake. It really sucks. I'm definitely going to be upgrading the seat. This will never be an off-road bike, so if you ever see this bike, it'll be town rides only. It's actually not too uncomfortable to the ride other than the seat and where the motor is. As you guys can see, it can get a little warm. But it runs. See, oh, that coaster brake is awful. But I'm not pedaling up the hill. It does have enough power to get me up it before it's even been broken in or messed with much. I'm not going to full throttle her a lot. And like I said, we will definitely go on some rides in the future. And you really got to slam on them brakes for it to stop. And then you get, I mean, you guys know how coaster brake works. But alright guys, I'm going to go edit this video. Thank you all for watching. Oh. Yeah, bike's way too uncomfortable to go up that hill. Thanks for watching.